Our patient in today's video is concerned because he has some toenails that have grown into the shape of an upside down U. And what I want you to know is that it is common for many people to have the toenails change shape throughout our lifetime. It tends to be genetic, so if your mom or dad had nails like that, the chances are by the time you hit their age, you'll have them too. It's not a given, but it's very possible. So it isn't anything you did or didn't do throughout your teenage years to cause it. The other thing is that we're having a COVID discussion again, and this video was filmed in November of 22, so we were all still kind of not sure where to go and what to do in terms of masking, and that's why this will sound weird because of where we are now, but that's where the conversation was at the time. So please enjoy the video. So you came in, it was 3 months ago you were here for the first time.
Yep.
And we trimmed all the nails, and how did it go?
It went very well, in fact. Excellent, yeah.
Okay. And have you had any problems since?
No, that one toe that, this guy with the bump on him here,
Okay.
he's starting to give me trouble again.
Up here?
No,
or
on the
right
straight
there?
area, yep.
Okay.
And I also noticed, am I seeing another one of those bumps on top of my second toe there now?
You know, the bump is just because the toe is starting to become a little bit of a hammer
Okay,
toe like
got
that. And so we just want to make sure that your shoes are high enough here in the toe box.
The bumps, they do.
Or we can get you a pad that will eliminate the friction.
I haven't had any problem yet, but I
Okay.
just wanted to.
Yeah. I'm going to have you just take that off the tripod for a second. So I just want to have on the video,
Yep.
the shape of your nails makes, there we go. The shape of your nails makes it pretty difficult for you to cut on your own
Exactly.
from up where, you know, your head is. Yeah.
Well, and I have this mesh thing going on too, so I
Yes.
can't bend well anyway.
Okay.
You been well? Oh,
I'm getting over a cold, which is why I'm still masked.
yeah, well,
Well, that's not true. I'm still masking anyway.
yeah, me too.
Um,
I'm due up for my second vaccine now finally. After having it, the COVID, you know, we were so very careful, but
yeah, we're all gonna get it
yeah,
at some point.
it's just a matter of time. But if you can put it off till, I don't know,
Yeah.
that's my thoughts. There are other things besides COVID out there, RSV and
But RSV in adults is not that common. That's mostly
Kids,
dangerous
yeah.
for the kids. But all right, so you've trimmed these obviously
Yep.
since you were here.
yep,
But what we want to do is we just want to make sure we get those corners.
that's where I can't
Yeah.
get there.
And so we just use the tip here to get down in those corners.
I thought of you the other day, I was watching TV and they have a big sale on photographs that they mount and then, have
Yeah.
you seen that? Yeah.
There's a couple different places. One does it on glass.
I forget what this place is called, and they had adhesive on the back, so you didn't have that.
I think that was like tile or something like
Yeah,
that.
tile, exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
The problem is I want to keep all my photos the size of the file, which is not a standard size for frames.
Right.
And they'll crop it in the lab. And
Yeah,
I don't
you
want
wanna
them
control the
cropping it.
crop, exactly.
Yeah. Or not crop it at all. Yeah.
I can certainly appreciate that. Of course, what you're doing flies in the face of what we've been told all our lives, where that.
Don't cut them down on the edges.
Yep.
Yeah. But the reason is that I
Because they're
can.
curling in too, yeah.
Right. So at some point, we may end up discussing removing these edges.
Yeah, we've talked about that, and I definitely want to do that. I just have to find a time where.
Yeah.
So you said the downtime on that, I mean, where I.
Downtime is 0. You know,
Well, but there's.
there's soaking that you'll be doing every day.
Yeah, so it's
and
not
that,
like full measure of schedule, you know.
Right. So you just have to find a time where you're gonna be in town for a couple months, not
Yeah.
going anywhere.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah. Are you back out on the road traveling again?
Well, the last adventure was to Norway, which is how I got COVID.
Ah,
They, we, masked up and all the positive stuff that,
I think we talked about that. That
Yeah.
was before September, right? That was over the
could have
summer?
been. Yeah, oh, yeah, it was
Before I saw
before
you.
September, yep, so we
Yeah.
did talk about that,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, and I think I told you that probably about 70% of my patients who traveled,
Yep, you
Over the
did,
summer?
right, I remember that now, yep.
yeah, came back with COVID or got it when they got there. And it's not the COVID I'm worried about, it's the long COVID.
Oh, God, yes. My son-in-law, who's barely 30, he's either 30 or 31, he was with us, and he went back a week early. So he ended up, we got exposed apparently at the same time, because he was back after a week, and I may have told you this too, but he ended up being hospitalized.
No, I
after a
don't
while.
think you did.
Yeah, he had a real bad go of it. In fact, let's see, we went in August, and he's still having some issues, but not, he's better, much better now. He's still doing the inhaler though, and
Yeah.
he was fine before then. He was athletic and that sort of thing. And I've noticed that there's a number of people that are athletic that sometimes there's some variant that hits them really hard. A friend of ours, she has a friend that is a doctor, and two of her patients on the initial COVID thing
Uh-huh.
died. And they were 20s, and they were, very athletic. One of them died from a heart complication as it is, but was, fully checked out
Yeah,
beforehand. It's just,
One of the anesthesiologists I work with, she's pretty young, I would say probably mid-40s, and developed a heart condition because of COVID,
really, huh?
and will be on blood thinners at least a year, if not forever, and she was perfectly fine.
Yeah, isn't it hard?
There's just so much we don't know about it at this
Yeah.
point.
There is.
All right, so these upside down horseshoes.
Yeah, they're terrible. Yeah, that's my concern as well, because I have very bad, I get just about any weird thing that comes along. I'm not susceptible to all viruses and that kind of thing, but if there's some kind of weird thing,
Yeah.
then I somehow or another I manage to end up with it. My wife always teases me because I did the 23andMe DNA thing,
Mhm.
and I came back having more Neanderthal DNA. I probably told you that even.
I don't think so.
More Neanderthal DNA than 97% of their
funny. Customers.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is a huge amount.
Yeah.
People,
Yeah.
But the other interesting thing is every once in a while they'll update you with what they've learned based on their study, the study of their cohort.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave me an updated ancestry and where my people came from, and then overlaid the migration route
Uh-huh.
and the Neanderthal thing. It just was as clear as a bell.
Wow. That is very cool.
No, German, and just a little bit of Spanish from them. And we come back 87% Irish, 1% Polish, and that could easily be the German thing because political boundaries and all that stuff.
A lot of surprises with that.
Isn't it?
A lot of people finding siblings their parents never told them they had.
Yep.
Or
Yeah, a friend of mine had that.
their dad had a mistress.
They don't know how it, where it all came out, but found out he had a brother he never knew about. Which is really funny because he and his sister both took it horribly. They were devastated. They were, what the hell? Why would you? What Well, it's like, well, what?
I mean, why would you even be upset about that? I can't even imagine. It wasn't your, I mean, even based on your belief system,
Yeah.
well, you had nothing to do with it.
And why not embrace somebody you never knew was involved in your life, right?
Right. I do have a friend who discovered some half siblings, and most of her family is passed, so she has embraced them as family.
Cool.
Yeah, and they have embraced her in return, so I mean, that worked out nicely. Okay.
That is very cool, yeah.
I mean, there's nothing that will do about it, and if you have the opportunity to have another, if they're in jail for murder or something, that's a different deal, but if they're,
Just normal everyday people, why would you?
Well, I guess the upset is probably that Dad lied.
Yeah, but probably no one ever asked.
Dad cheated on
You
Mom.
know what I mean?
and-
That part maybe, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I find it all fascinating.
Well, another friend of mine had this situation, and it was before they were married, you know what I mean? Before the dad
Right.
and mom were married.
Right.
It was when he was stationed in Germany during World War II, and the occupation, afterwards.
Yeah.
And he really enjoyed her company until he died. I mean, till
No,
my
keep
friend
going.
died, but.
Keep going. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little Band-Aid on this edge
Yeah.
that hurt. This one looks like it's bleeding, but it's just deep. It's just
Yeah.
got a deep.
So would that be, and I know you can't read it because it's my pain, not yours, but is that kind of basically the level I would expect of pain, or would it be?
You mean before you came in or right
No,
now?
no, when I have this business done.
Was this painful?
That one was.
This one. Now that I've got that edge trimmed way far down, it probably won't be like that again.
Okay.
So let me help you out with your socks. And, yeah, so I'm thinking this or less.
Oh, okay, that's good news.
Yeah. Are these compression socks?
They are.
Nice.
Well, what's really nice about them is
They're not
Well-
ugly?
they're that, and they're bamboo, and
Oh,
like a significant amount of bamboo. So, you know how compression, no, maybe you don't, but compression socks get real nasty.
yeah. These are nice.
They come in a million different colors.
All right, well, thank you for letting us do the
Thank you.
video. And we'll see you
You're
back
probably
in.
gonna have to edit that a little bit, but
Yeah, just a little. 3 months will be good.